Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 234 of The Established Facts.
Yay!
Yay! All right, cool. Now that we've gotten that awkward moment out of the way, I hope you guys are doing well. We're so glad that you have joined us on 234. I hope that you enjoyed 233. I sadly was not here, but am glad to be back. Shame.
He wears the coat of shame.
But I'm glad that I could come back and that they allowed me to come and host episode 234.
We let him back in the house.
They let me back in.
You coming back took Lance's camera.
I know.
Now
And I'm
there's
sorry,
not a
Lance.
camera
But
on Lance.
I'll allow it. Lance back there on our cameras.
The mysterious voice behind the curtain.
We're going to talk a little bit on episode 234. We got a lot of this will come out near the end of October, beginning of November.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of fun holidays coming up. So we wanted to talk a little bit about planning or participating in the perfect game night, family and friend game night. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and go around the table. We're going to introduce, starting to my left.
This is Princess Katie.
I'm Avital.
I am Dr. Deb.
And this is Josh. Still just Josh.
Just Josh. And of course, I am your host, Big Don. And again, thank you so much for joining us on episode 234. Now, we've gotten a little bit out of the habit of doing this because we've been talking about a lot of convention coverage and just having really good discussions and having fun. But we're going to reintroduce the versus topic. Ooh. Right. So,
Trying to work on an animation. Like,
yeah. Ding, ding. Anyhow,
Round one. Fight.
bring in a little bit of that stable flavor.
I love it.
Okay, so for those of you who are familiar with a game night, the versus topic should be fairly simple. Do you prefer to host a game night, or do you prefer to attend a game night? So we're going to go ahead. I'm actually going to go in reverse order of our introduction. I'll start with Joshy, and we'll just go around real quick. If you are not familiar with our versus topic, because maybe this is the first time that you watched it, we do a quick around the table decision on which one you prefer, and then we'll go back around and talk a little bit more about the details of why, and then we'll lead right into our discussion about game nights. So anyway, starting with Joshy, host or attend?
Host.
Josh, host. All right. Dr. Deb, how about yourself?
This is a shocker because I'm agreeing with my husband.
Oh,
So
wow.
write it down, and that might be the established fact for the episode.
All right.
Deb agreed with
Host.
Josh.
Deb agreed
Host.
with Josh. Host and host. All right. Avital.
Ooh. Fence sitter.
I haven't done either in a while.
Okay.
Fence
Okay.
sitter.
So I would probably have something to say about both.
Okay.
So
Okay. Fence sitter. All right. Sounds good to me. Yeah. Right.
It's a great place to be.
All right. Princess Katie.
Hands down, 100% attend.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
everybody knew that was coming.
Yeah. And you know what? Surprisingly, I feel like I'm actually going to jump on the Avital fence sitter train.
Ooh, we got two
and
people on the fence.
yeah, but
knock them off.
maybe for different reasons than what Avital has got. So
Does our man behind the curtain get to vote?
yeah, Lance, what do you think?
Hello.
Host or attend? What do you prefer? Attend.
All right.
All right.
So we got
All right.
Oh, same. Hands down, same.
All right.
so two hosts.
So we got two and two
Two
and
and
two.
two. We
All
are-
right.
wow.
That's a split party.
That is a triple threat match.
Oh, wow.
That's a disqualification. A third person has entered the match.
Outside interference.
Outside
It's a
interference.
run-in from the fence sitters. All right.
Get that chair out of here.
I'm the ref that also did.
You're Stone Cold Steve Austin in a ref shirt.
So
That's it.
there's a whole lot worse things you could be.
That's
Ooh.
right.
All right.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead with the attend folks. And Lance, if you want to veto your time over to Katie, Katie, you are the main representative of the attend party.
Oh, okay.
No, she's the attend faction. Can
that's
she be
right.
a faction?
As the representative of my party, I promise you, the people of the attendees.
I will come and hang out.
This is apolitical.
I will
Apolitical.
keep people out of our houses because we don't want that.
We just don't
We're
want that.
homebodies, at least I am. That's a big part of mine.
Oh man. Okay, so a little bit of being a homebody, your
Yeah.
personal comfort level.
Yeah, so my husband and I have lived in our apartment for it will be what 2000. It'll be 5 years actually.
Oh,
in
wow.
In a couple
Okay.
weeks, and we've had people over to our apartment 3 times. And that is in once a year for the past 3 years for our dog's birthday party.
Right.
And
That does not include the random Don coming and knocking on the door and bringing dinner over and hanging out.
No, not that.
That's
yeah, and
a
like
planned.
right. And
Yeah,
my cousins when they were in town one time came over to say hi and stuff. But we don't do the hey, let's have a ton of people here, because for me personally, being a very, very mildly extroverted extrovert,
She's a fence sitter on that one.
I love to go do people things at other people's places, and I like to come back to my home and it be my safe space. Like, I just want to be here where I don't deal with other people, especially right now, currently us living in an apartment that is only like 1,200 square feet, which isn't bad, but
I mean,
it's not.
for
If
2
you,
people and a dog, 1,200 square feet is
right.
pretty spacious. But
If you're gonna have
when you're packing in people,
8 to 10 of your
Yeah.
closest friends over, yeah. So once we have moved into a house, I definitely want to have people over a little bit more, where it's not going to feel so overwhelming to where it's like, oh my gosh, we're wall-to-wall people and I can't go relax anywhere and I'm dying. So that's kind of where I sit with the attend versus host. Once we have more space to host people comfortably, I think I will like hosting more, but definitely still be mainly an attending.
yeah.
She'll still basically be attending, not really even close to
Right,
fence
y'all just be
sitting
like,
yet.
hey guys, welcome to our once-a-year game night. It's Jake and Katie game night.
It's Cake Con.
Yeah, it's Cake Con.
Con. There you go. You
Exactly. Yeah,
can
we've
have
got
that. That's
Finn-
yours right
Finn's
there.
birthday party and
Yep.
Cake Con.
And
There
Cake
you
Con.
go. You can have that.
I think that needs to be in.
Okay, so follow-up question, Katie. When it
Okay.
comes to attending a game night, what is a rule that you try? What is one of maybe many rules, but what is one rule that you try and abide by when it comes to attending someone else's game night?
Because I will stay and talk and socialize much longer and game longer than Jake will when he gives me the I will do my best to wrap things up, because he gets a little
Gotcha.
bit more worn out than I do,
Yeah.
like mentally by that stuff. So when he gives me the yeah, I'll be like,
You're like, yep.
okay, guys, well, this game was so much fun. We love you so much. We gotta go.
But you just bankrupted me.
That's so
Oh, well,
funny.
have good luck with that.
That's a good
Right.
note to end on. And
Well, let's hop over to the other side of the table real quick.
Literally.
To the host and hostess.
Host with the most.
The
hostesses
hostesses.
with the
The Demery
mostesses.
host party. All right.
we became
Deb,
a party. I
we'll
thought we
start-
were a family. Now we're a party.
We'll start with you.
No.
Okay, so
Which is funny because I'm not the extrovert. Okay.
No, it's okay. Well, you answered host, so
I did.
if it was the
I
wrong
did.
answer, that's on you.
No, it's the correct answer, but it'll be a completely different answer from what
That's
his
our-
will be.
Well, and that's the great thing about a roundtable discussion style podcast is everyone gets a chance to talk.
Heyo.
All right, Deb. So why do you prefer hosting over attending?
Okay, so this is just me being totally honest so everyone can bust out laughing. I like the control.
I can see
I'm
it.
in control of the environment. I'm in control of the food. I'm in control of who's invited. I'm in control of who's not invited. I'm in control of the games that are there. I mean, people might bring them, but in general, when you're hosting, it's kind of understood, that you can provide a good amount of games. I'm in control of how late it goes. I'm in control of if I can go upstairs in my 3,200 square foot house to the area that no one else is allowed in except my family and sit in my recliner for a minute to decompress for just a minute while my husband is downstairs.
You're just providing fuel to why she wants to wait till she has a house.
Yeah, I'm just like, yes.
I'm helping.
Yes,
See, I am
yes.
helping for you. See, I like it for literally very similar, but I go the other way. I just want to be in control of everything. And I mean, I do enjoy providing a safe space. And I think that's the mom doctor in me. I enjoy providing a safe space that people can come to and know that there's not going to be crazy partying, crazy drinking. There's not going to be a lot of weird people around you're going to be scared of.
Excuse you, what about the weirdest at the table?
Well, okay, there's a certain
You
amount of
said
weirdness
scared
that's
of.
allowed.
You said
Okay,
scared
that's
of.
Yeah, we're not really scared
You
of.
don't have to be scared of us.
Yeah,
We're
I'm not
weird.
scared of you.
We
Yeah,
are
but
weird.
that
We
is
are weird.
That is not wrong. However, I can control the weirdness. Maybe that's it. I can control how weird are we getting here and be like, you're too weird. You can't come in the door. I'm sorry. Go next door.
That's why
No.
I have to go next door.
We have to get
Check director just walked out the door.
Oh no, the director's gone. I'm sorry.
Well,
I
I
beg
was
your
gonna say,
forgiveness.
you get one of those like measure things that they have at convenience stores for height, but
put
it's
it by
the
the-
weird. It's the
Yes.
weird level.
Yeah,
If you-
absolutely.
if you
Oh no, it's
exceed
the weird,
level. I'm
ding,
sorry.
ding, ding. The bell just went off.
Yeah, precisely. Yes. Yeah.
So that's one reason I like it, because if I walk in as an attendee in a situation I'm not familiar with. So if I'm going over to Don and Bonnie's house for a game night, okay, they're like one of our best friends on the planet. Or Lance and Vanessa's house, yeah, okay. But I get someone else like from a church, like from our church, if they invited us over for a game night, I would have 4,000 questions. I'm like, okay, am I gonna bring
And
drinks?
I have
How late
none
can we
of the
stay?
answers.
No, and he has not. So I'll ask him 10 or 12 questions. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
ask the questions. I'm just like,
how
oh,
late
we're
are we
going
allowed
over
to
for a game
stay?
night? Okay.
Can we bring the kids? Like, what kind of games are they going to have? Do I need to bring games? Should we not bring games? And before I know it, I'm in a tizzy of a quandary, and I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't go at all. I'm feeling sick. I can't make it.
That's the
So-
introvert in you.
That is 100%
'Cause that's the same
introvert.
thing that my wife deals with. It's like, hey, I'm so glad that we planned this game a month ahead of time, and then literally day of, she's like, I don't know if I want to go, and I'm like, it's too late to back out now. I'm
The
so
extroverts.
sorry you didn't understand how that rule works. There's a 2-week wait period for you to get PTO from events that you've agreed to go to. You got to get approval from your supervisor and all that. There's a whole form
There's a whole
and a
form to fill
template.
out.
I want
You
to
turn
see
it
that
in.
form. I want to see it. I want like the one
It's
time.
like, it's one of those forms that like if you're familiar with like HR lingo, it's like
sure.
the new clerical person has that really thick binder that
Oh,
they
yeah.
just put all the new forms in,
Yeah.
but then have forgotten to actually give to the supervisor. So
Yep,
it's like
yep.
people just keep taking PTO time and people are wondering where they went. Oh, sorry, I meant to get that back to you a week ago.
There was a form for that, but we haven't seen
Yeah,
it
it
in
started
like
11
6
years
weeks.
ago.
Yeah.
It's just going to be one of those times we show, like, either Josh or Bonnie don't show up for a game, and the only thing in their seat is this form.
Yeah.
You
PT.
find that at orientation.
You signed 14,000
That
other
was part
forms.
of their onboarding
Process.
That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
nice.
That's
Oh,
it.
very nice HR
You signed
lingo.
the book. You signed the last page on the book that said you read the whole thing.
All of the instructions. All right, my reasoning, and here is the other reasoning.
Oh,
for
yeah.
saying-
My reasoning is, one, justification for all the Kickstarters.
There.
That was like one of the only
hey.
that's
It's
that's
fair justification. But two, I know that it, and here comes the, oh gosh, Josh is just trying to be sweet. No, these are legitimate. The decreased stress on my wife from the unknowns by having control of the knowns makes it easier for me to enjoy myself.
That's fair.
Happy
It's
spouse, happy house.
That's
man.
truth.
Like,
That's the truth.
I wish I could say
So-
that
I
that
never
was
heard that
not.
expression.
I really like it a lot more than happy wife, happy life because it doesn't. That's not
It's-
a good balanced marriage. It should be both of you doing things to make each other happy and keep yourselves, you know. Because if
I
your
never
spouse
heard
is
that.
happy, then you're going to be reciprocally happy because them being in a good mood is good for you as well. Everybody's happy.
I think I do like that better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
happy spouse, happy,
Happy
house.
spouse, happy
Like,
house.
That's
Okay.
good.
Okay, that might be the established fact. I think that beat KCON in my mind, but
Don's
Don's
already writing stuff. Like, he's going to have a 3 count by the time this is over.
Yes, he is. Woo! On that
be
point,
good.
wait,
It'll be
we're not
good.
going there.
Anywho, sorry, back
yeah,
to Josh's
no.
reason.
No, that
Yeah.
I mean, the joke, of course, is the Kickstarter. I'm a big fan of a lot of different Kickstarter companies. I think the premise behind it, there was a whole podcast just on that. But introducing, as much as I don't consider myself to be a great teacher, I do love showing people new games. I do love, like, let's sit down, let's play this game. Like Ray Dawson, we at BillCon, we've talked a little bit about that. Watching them learn it, pick it up, and in some instances go, I really don't like this. At least they've taken the opportunity to
Yeah,
do it. And
just make some games you don't like.
providing a safe place, safe seems to be a really good word for that, and a place with plenty of room. Like, Katie, you mentioned having, like, oh my gosh, wall to wall, there's so many people. I just want to make sure that it's expressed. If you ever do get that way, just ask us and you can go find the recliner.
Yeah,
Just so
yeah.
you know.
Well, I can show you. And there's a love seat too.
Welcome
quiet
to
office.
the introvert zone.
That's exactly what it. I wish you were
We
here.
have a
It's so true.
schoolroom
There's a big
dedicated
neon
to it.
sign.
No.
Do not enter introverts in
Oh,
process.
exactly. I need this in my life.
It's
Just
like one of those-
a rotating hourglass loading screen.
I want it's the Sims loading thing where it
Yes.
does the little circle over
The
and over.
only problem with that is that Don and I, since we're like big time extroverts in
Right.
this group and we collect introverts,
Right.
there's going to be this time where Don and I will have a
You're gonna
conversation.
need a big introvert
Right.
space.
You are gonna need
and
it.
we turn to the left, and there's like tumbleweeds going by. And all the introverts have left.
We're
the
gonna
room.
be the ones that get kicked out to the garage.
Correct.
Everybody else is gonna be in
This
here.
is all the
Hey,
introvert
guys, it's
space
chill
down
time.
here.
It's chill
Pretty
time.
We're
much.
just all in here sitting on our phones,
That's exactly right.
doing our own thing.
I will be
Yeah.
Compressed.
doing our own thing by ourselves together.
And that's how we used to record the established facts.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Oh, we're- yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Wonderful, amazing.
Oh, it's my time to be engaged. Hello, welcome to my engagement.
On that note,
Okay. Well, follow-up question for you guys.
Yeah.
Same one as to Princess Katie. What is a rule that you, as an individual, so a Deb rule and a Josh rule, that you try and abide by when you are hosting a game night?
try to have a variety of choices of games. Don't stick with one genre, even if it's your favorite genre, and you could teach it all day long. Make sure you got a variety of games. In fact, he'll tell you it's like my thing. Setting out, I will set out. He'll be like, "You don't need to put out that many games." Like he'll tell me that. I was like, "Well, I want to make sure that people can see there's options, so that they understand. You know, it's not to be a gamer is not just Dungeons and Dragons. To be a gamer is not just Monopoly, because people's perception of what gaming means can be very limited depending on what their exposure to the idea has been. And so I want them to see, like, you know what, you could totally be down with playing. You want to play euchre? Rock yourselves out with some euchre. Like I put a deck of cards there that I've got maybe a flux deck next to that, and you get the idea. So a variety of games for many personalities.
Okay. Joshy.
Mine is trying to introduce something new, but be prepared to play the exact same game you played last time.
Yes. Oh, do you remember that game that we played with the monsters where you're running around the city and you're trying to do stuff?
You mean
Oh,
Horrified?
Yeah, let's play that again.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So obviously you've been to our youth game nights for the last three
Right.
or
No,
young adults.
I haven't been there, but I've definitely heard the story.
Oh yeah. Well, we
Horrified.
thought that Jordan was going to run out with our game
Right.
because he loved it so much, and we gave it to him and his brand new wife as their wedding present.
Oh,
I
nice.
kid you not. We bought them
Bought them one?
Horrified.
That's cool.
I think wasn't it Horrified?
Yes, we got them horrified, Marvel villainous,
Marvel
and
villainous.
pandemic because it was funny.
Yes, it was. Because
Yeah.
they all need to
'Cause it
fight a
was that
disease
time.
together.
It was
that
yeah.
time.
I gave that gift 4 times.
Yep.
The game
Yeah.
of pandemic.
We gave one away in the drawing the year after everything was shut down.
I'm not trying to make light of it as much
No.
as it
I
was
am.
like, okay.
I am.
good.
I'm trying to make light of it because it is a serious thing that we need to make a little bit of light
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. Oof.
No, that's I very much horrified. What is it? The from 1 to T-Rex or whatever. That
Yeah,
was?
yeah. On a scale of 1 to T-Rex.
Yep,
Is another one
that was
popular
hilarious.
with our
and
group.
then Are You a Werewolf has come up the last few times.
Yes.
Now,
Yep.
I do have video
See,
footage.
I didn't know that you guys were playing that, or I would have
I'll-
definitely been here.
Now you will.
Now you
Okay.
will. Now you will.
Oh,
We'll invite
man.
you.
Yeah, which is funny.
When do you do it? New Year's?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Let me know, because I think New Year's
I
might
could
be
keep
the only
talking, but I
conflict,
feel like we've got to find out from you fence sitters what your
Yeah.
problem
That's
is.
right. Well,
Tell us about
if
the
you-
struggles.
Avital, are you okay with me starting with you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, as one of a party of two, why are you kind of in between?
Oh, my shyness and introvertedness like plays into like both ways. Like for attending, I don't have to like make the decisions. I don't have to host. It's. But again, it's been a while since I've done either of the things, right? And I do run into my husband being more social than me, and will probably always want to stay longer than I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
The struggle is
2
real.
cars are good.
or a secret signal.
I mean, it doesn't have to be secret. I have to be like,
The Queen of England had a
Just be
couple
like,
of great
right.
signals.
or I
that
will
we-
just
I'm
sit on
sure
my
to take
phone
it.
in
I
the
don't
corner if I
understand.
need to. But
Right.
Her best signal for wanting to lead a party was dying.
Too soon.
I
Ah.
mean, come on. She was ancient. We all saw it coming.
She was 90. Yeah, if anyone deserved
like-
a break today, I mean,
Let's-
she had to manage a country for like 70-something years. I mean, eh.
Yeah. Parliament didn't have anything to do with that.
No, not even a little bit. Well, when they change, I'm just saying, when they change prime ministers all the time.
Oh, yes. That's right.
It's facts. You can
Oh,
look
right.
it up on
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wikipedia.
That's why I'm
Right,
not
right.
talking and saying what I'm thinking.
It's looking
Lance.
up on Wikipedia. It's not a secret, sort of.
So Avital.
Anyways, but then when we host it at our house, yeah, it's the same thing of like, I know who's going to be there. I know who's going to be invited, all that type of stuff. And if I need to, I can just go upstairs because like our hangout space is the basement. The bedroom stuff is upstairs. So it's, I mean, there's even times when Jason has like people over to do not like game nights, but like they're talking about film and they're talking about whatever projects and things they're working on because he's doing all sorts of things right now. And, you know, I will be literally asleep because I have to work at 3 a.m. or whatever. Or there's even times I'm like on my computer, literally like the next room over where there's not actually a full wall in between us because there's space at the top in the basement because there aren't actually full rooms in the basement. There's just like partitions. It looks very much like a room, but there's a space at the top and a little at the bottom, which is easier for chords. That doesn't matter. I just ADHD. Anyways,
Notes by partition.
And the engineer is already on it.
anyways, but I'm also weird with games because I really, really, really don't like competitive games at all. Like zero. Like I don't want to play them at all. Like because I don't like the way that I feel when I am playing them.
No, I understand that, dude. I enjoy competitive games when I am playing with people that I consider part of my safe people. Don and Bonnie, the game we played was kind of competitive,
Yeah,
above and below. Not like cutthroat or anything,
Right.
But
So
like
good.
with Jake, with Don and Bonnie. But I'm not a fan of like ultra competitive games or ultra competitive people in games because my thing is I'm just here to have fun and have a good time, and you people make it not fun. So like
That too.
so
No
for
more
me,
good
I
time.
totally,
Yeah.
I totally get that. Like, if I'm going to play a competitive and non-cooperative game, it has to be with a very small handful of people who don't give me the egg.
Yeah.
Which is probably why you also cater to more RP style stuff because
Oh,
it
for
is
sure.
very much collaborative.
Oh
Yeah, it's very much
The
collaborative,
conflict
or
is
at
you
least
guys all
the,
fighting
it's
together.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes in LARP LARP was annoying because I was like, why are you're fighting?
I think that's why I do ever want to do LARP for that very reason. Because I would be like, I can't handle you people. I'm gonna lose it in a
Otherwise-
LARP situation, and then that's not good because then there could be a lot of danger. Excuse us for just a brief
You're
moment
fine.
here.
It's fine.
Anyway, that's why I kind of don't want to do LARP because I can just imagine that happening, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave now, and I'll come back and see you guys for the next session.
I think it really depends on your LARP space, and you have to know the people and know what you're getting into. Because like, Jason's in like a LARP right now, which even though it's vampire, like it's supposed to be like we are doing this many set sessions. We're not trying to do some long running thing.
Okay.
And they're like, we are very specifically not trying to super get into politics of it, even though, you know, it's a city and there are politics in the city. All of the big people will always be played by NPCs because that's not the kind of game we want to play. Like
Okay.
we don't want you to be
focus
getting
on
into
the action, not
Yeah.
the
like
politicking.
the action and the stories and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
so for me, games, it has to be a really, really silly game for me to want to play something competitive.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Like,
So you need to look into the game Dungeon Fighter. I have a copy of it.
Oh, Dungeon Fighter is really silly.
It's about as silly as it comes when it comes to that type of competitive game. And did you hear him mention Horrified? That's a cooperative that I think you just love.
Well,
Yeah.
another, you were talking about that specific thing too, and something silly that I tend to bring to a game, and we'll talk a little bit about that here in just a second too. But is zombie dice, because it's like we all play zombies and we're all trying to eat people's brains, and that's literally
Bears.
you know
That's
there
the one
is
we
a
bring.
co-
Bears. That's the one we
yeah,
bring.
Yeah,
I remember bears.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I also have a thing that has to do with my brain and probably my, you know, anxiety about learning new games.
Sure.
I can get really nervous about like learning new games. And which makes it, you know, a little prohibitive in gaming with friends with tabletop games type things is which maybe part of the reason why I haven't done a lot of game nights lately, and everything else happening in the world. But
And the panini.
the panini.
The
yes.
That's the first time I've heard that. And I
Real,
might
you
have
are,
to
he
do
is
it.
he is not on the internet. Like,
that's-
oh
okay,
my
so a
gosh,
lot- yeah,
the
a lot of
global
people,
panini. Like, come on.
Well, I
No,
think
I heard
part
a
of it,
much non-established factual version of it that I've been using. So.
I was gonna say there's a lot of it was quick side tangent on Reddit. There were a lot of subreddits that were just immediately as soon as like the shutdowns and stuff started.
Sure.
If you used the word pandemic, your comment was removed, your post was removed because there was so much speculation and weird stuff. So people got around it by saying the Parliament, the Panini, the Parchment, like
The
all these
Parchment,
other, and the Panini is the one that has stuck around the most.
Because that's the
it's
coolest.
the most internet
Global
time.
Panini.
Global
Yeah.
panini. Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Internet peeps know all about the Panini.
We know all about that.
Sorry,
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, all right. And as same follow-up question as everybody else, Avital, what is one rule that you try and abide by when it comes to whether you're hosting or attending, just in general, participating in a game night?
There has to be snacks.
Okay. That is a cardinal rule. That is a cardinal rule. Okay.
Rule number 1.
Very,
Cool.
very simple. There has to. There's
Yeah.
snacks. There's got to be something.
Something to snack on, something to chew on, something to...
Something
I have a
for
bowl
me.
of pretzels. I have to go sit outside by myself and eat them.
The whole bowl.
Oh, boy.
The whole bowl.
Somebody else can have the pretzels, but
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
I like soft pretzels.
Okay.
But hard
Gotcha.
pretzels.
Well, there we go. So not hard pretzels as
Pre-
part
or
of the
me,
snacks.
but anyway.
Okay,
Pretzels.
another rule.
Pretzels
Sub
and
rule
onion
1A.
dip. Pretzels and onion dip.
Oh, ooh.
Gosh. Anyhow, okay. So I will go ahead and answer the question then.
Really? I didn't know that. Thank you.
I don't know why I did that.
It's all right.
Awesome.
It's all right.
We appreciate your contribution to the podcast. So that's
Thank
awesome.
You, thank you,
Whatever
Siri.
advertisement that.
My
oh,
little
This is-
Noah's my little British Siri man.
This is the most political, apolitical podcast we've ever done.
It certainly is.
She keeps a
I don't
British
really
person
think
in her
it's-
pocket.
I don't think it's specifically political to
No, it's
simply
not.
state the fact of
just-
who is
Yeah,
the
you are.
president.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
true.
I'm
It's
like,
just
this
funny.
was fast.
It's just
right?
a fact.
Yes,
I don't know,
funny.
a random fact.
One might say it's an established fact.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Yourself out, sir.
Grown.
Foul.
Tag you out, tag him in.
Seriously. Jeez. That's exactly
So-
what could happen.
To answer the question of host or attend, obviously I am the other. I'm the co-fence sitter. But ironically, oh hey,
He's trying to push you off the fence.
it's not gonna happen. Ironically, it's for the complete opposite reason that Avital is a fence sitter.
Oh.
Because I actually enjoy doing both to the utmost.
The hostess. The host
because
with
I'm
the
because
most.
yes, 100% because I love being
the guest
around
with
people.
the best.
Yes. I enjoy bringing games. I enjoy bringing food. I enjoy bringing people. I enjoy having people over. I enjoy, just the whole. Yes, 100% eating.
Yeah.
Just the whole process of a game night is definitely something that I really love, whether I'm attending or whether I'm hosting. I have a bag that I throw together whenever I go over to someone's house that's having a game night that has a lot of the same games in it that I've played at all the other ones, but they're games that a lot of people don't have.
Yep.
Or they're very good introductory games that
Sushi
I
Go.
know well ago. Yeah, Sushi Go, Flux, Are You a Werewolf? Things like that.
Yep.
That are super
Zombie
easy
Dice.
to teach. That are super easy to teach and a lot of fun to play. And I agree. Food is definitely a thing that is a focal point when I'm going to a game night. Is just to find out, is there going to be food? Do I need to bring something? And then kind of going through that rigmarole. And ironically, even though she is a bit of an introvert, Bonnie is the exact same way. Like, we really love just spending time with friends. And so whether that's spending time with friends playing games at our house or spending time with friends at someone else's house, she's probably a little bit more reluctant to going to someone's house because of the whole, like, I don't really have control of my husband when he's around other people. So we're there for
Amen,
8 hours.
sister.
But you know, having been married for 15 years and together for 18 years, we've kind of figured out. I've kind of figured out the signals of when it's time to start wrapping up the conversation and things like that. And a lot of
When
times,
she goes, Dad,
Yeah.
we need to go.
That's exactly what happens.
It is 11:30. The boys have school tomorrow, and you haven't even taken a shower, you stinky fatty. So
It
anyway,
doesn't go quite that far when they come to visit us, but there is
those
the.
are just the words I hear in my head
Don,
when she
we gotta
said, "Hey,
go."
it's time to go." That's really what I hear.
Yep, I do.
That's what happens.
It is what happens.
So yeah, so I would say that that's kind of why I am a fence sitter, because I do enjoy doing both, and just throwing all of my attention and effort into whatever role I am taking on. If I'm attending one or if I'm hosting one, and I would say that my go-to rule is always be open to the suggestion of the people around you when you go to a game night. So even though I bring games, if I go to someone's house and they have 3 or 4 games and they're hosting the game night, I'll say, hey, I brought some games in case you want to play. But if they're like, oh, well, we have a couple of games that we really like, cool, let's do those games, because you're going to feel way more comfortable playing those than you are learning one of the ones that I have probably. And if we play one of the games that you like and then you immediately go, hey, let's go ahead and check out one of the games you brought. What'd you bring? Okay, cool. Well, now that's my opportunity. How much time do we have? Cool, we got an hour and a half. Let's play a game of Flux. Super easy, or like Sushi Go, like you said, 45 minutes. It's a drafting game. I'll teach you how to do a drafting game, you know what I mean?
Drafting
And then
style
go,
game,
hey,
yep.
it's a game right game. You can buy this really cool party version for, I think it's $30,
Yep.
$35,
You
something
can get
like
it
that.
at Target, I think.
Yeah. So I really use that as an opportunity to kind of introduce people to new stuff. But then also, I feel like when you go to somebody's game night, now you can invite them to your game night. And even if your game night is not something with 30 people, even if it's just a more intimate setting where it's just like 4 or 5 of you sitting down at a table and playing a game, I think that can still count if the purpose for the gathering is to sit down and hang out and play board games and maybe have a casual dinner and conversation. So when it comes to the types of games that you guys like to have out, whether you like to bring them to teach them or whether you like to just have them out for people to play and stuff like that, what are some of the games that you guys cater to? I kind of said a couple of mine: Sushi Go, Flux. Are you a werewolf? I always bring Settlers of Catan, because Settlers of Catan is a super easy game, and if people fear Monopoly, they'll like Catan because it's a very different resource management type of game. So those are kind of the games that I usually bring. What are some of the games that you usually throw in the bag or throw in the back of your car and bring with you, or have out for people to play? Like, what are some of the ones that you see kind of repeat to the table?
So, Deb and I have a lot of games that can play 2-player, and then a lot of games that play 6 to 10 players because of this situation. So a lot of times we'll throw out a game that maxes out at 6 to 10. Now there might be some that's 1 to 6, 2 to 6, 3 to 6, whatever. Because when it comes to youth and young adult game nights, a lot of times it lands around that 6 to 10 attendees that are maybe not us or maybe including us. So it helps to be able to include as many as you can. I mean, role-playing game nights, a lot of times you do, like, you're going to play one role-playing game that's for the entire table. We easily do that. Now, we have done the 2 separate tables when 2 or 3 separate tables when there's a bigger group that's here. Like when we've done our, we had one, I think, where there was like 15 people here. We had 3 games going at one time.
Yep.
And one of them, I did a D&D session one time, I
You did.
think. Pathfinder session.
You did, because there was,
There was just interest.
Yeah.
So, like Formula D and from 1 to T-Rex, Cards Against Humanity, the Family Edition, which is just hysterical with a bunch of youth and young adults.
well, apples to apples.
Apples to apples is always a
Easy.
favor.
Throw that in the muddle and you got yourself some.
I think
yeah.
we're going to I want to bring out Ticket to Ride one of these times, which is a little bit more crunchy, but another good competitive that's not like seriously competitive type games.
I plays 5. You can play up to 5.
Yep.
So yeah.
And then have we put out King of Tokyo yet, or we talked about it?
We've talked about
Oh,
it. That's one we
man.
thought about putting out next.
King of Tokyo is one of my
Kabuto Sumo.
go-tos every
We had
time.
some serious. That thing is that got more serious than I thought.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Kabuto Sumo, people can throw down for that one. They're like, oh no, you didn't push it straight. You didn't push your finger moved like this much on. I'm like, oh Lord, help us. We're gonna have.
By the way, for those who don't know, it's a BoardGameTables.com game called Kabuto Sumo, where you play insects that are sumo wrestlers, and you use moves, which are little wooden pegs, and there's a circle where the sumo wrestlers are in the center and they're surrounded by them, and you take a little like ramp and you push the move on, and you're trying to push the other players off like you would in a sumo match. But you'll have like special moves that are weird shaped moves, like one of them is shaped like a pincher, or another one is shaped like an oval almost, instead of just straight circles. And when you've got 4-player Kabuto Sumo going along, and people get serious, like
Yeah.
now it's silly serious because there's sumo wrestling insects. How can you take that seriously?
Little wooden pieces that you're pushing up a ramp. I mean, let's really put this in perspective. But oh no. You know, stop. You can't push it any further than that because it's the edge of the circle. I'm like, oh Lord, we're all gonna need to repent in the morning apparently for this. But anywho, but it's entertaining at the least.
Yeah.
Super Fight. We brought
Super
Super
Fight.
Fight. We brought Super Fight out when we had a small group that came over for
Another party game.
another party game. Do we throw out bigger, more? We don't throw out a lot of serious ones. I think that's know your audience.
Yes.
Who's coming
Oh, yeah.
over? Do you have the people who are the more serious? You've got the people who you know are going to dig into something really crunchy and deep, and then you've got those who are sort of like, what do you have, and why did I show up for this thing again? And I was told there would be snacks, so now what? So know your audience, and also know if they're going to get a feel for, are they going to be going for the competitive thing, or are they going to be more of you gotta have to have both. Try to put out a lot. I put out group game, like Horrified went out because that's a you versus the game. Castle Panic is you versus the game. The Captain is Dead, you versus the game. So a lot of you versus the game, which is it's all of you versus this bad game to try to win. So now you're not opponents, you're on the same side.
Right. I think doing something like that's a little bit more cooperative versus competitive also allows for people. What I have found in the years that I've taught people games and played games is that it's easier to get someone who is a competitive gamer to play a cooperative game than it is for somebody who is a cooperative gamer to play a competitive game.
Yep.
Yes.
So if you can convince everybody to work together for a singular goal, then everybody seems to have fun. And then you can go, okay, we're going to play a slightly more competitive game. And on occasion, like you'll still have people who are against it. But on occasion, the people who are a little bit more shy to play a competitive game, now that they've played a cooperative game and you kind of have those gears moving,
You've had some interaction.
it's a little bit
You've
easier,
had
easier of a sell to get them into a game where it's going to be a little bit more, backstabby, Munchkin or something like that. And I think also,
Munchkin.
like you
Oh,
said, I
Munchkin.
think also if you turn it into like a silly game,
Yeah.
King of Tokyo. Hey, we're going to play King of Tokyo. You play a huge monster. You're going to be rolling dice. It's Yahtzee style.
Yeah.
And if you're the last monster in the middle of Tokyo, you win.
Right.
Okay, that kind of sounds fun. We just got done playing Pandemic and getting our rears handed to us. So
Preach.
let's
So
play something
true.
that's a little bit more lighthearted. Okay, great.
Or Quack in the Box. You are against each other, but you are a bunch of, doctors of ill repute that are just trying to make as much money as possible and get out to Switzerland before you get lynched. And
I'm
just
so-
saying it that way is like, really?
So I just
Oh, yeah.
saw it on your shelf, and I am surprised that you guys haven't said it yet because it definitely melds your love of role-playing games to your love of party games.
Fiasco?
None of you have said Fiasco yet,
It's
which I
all-
think is a great party game.
It depends
if you're
on your
playing with-
people.
I know.
You
if
got
you're playing
5
with people who
introverts
are
at the
down.
table. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yes,
Don't throw them
Lance.
into Fiasco.
You've also got Cards Against Humanity or Apples to Apples, depending on your audience.
Yes,
True.
that's true.
True.
Yes, you
Always.
do.
Which is why
Yeah.
I mentioned the family edition. They have
Right.
a family edition now, which is just full of fart and poop jokes.
Correct.
I mean, Apples to Apples is essentially very similar to Cards Against Humanity,
It
anyways.
is.
So
Yeah.
Much lighter and much more family friendly. I mean, now that they have the family friendly version, but exactly.
Fiasco, by the way, is on our list of. We were ramping up a few with this like friends couples group or whatever from church. we're ramping up to that. We just did Super Fight. That was the first
Okay,
attempt.
yeah.
Because that Fiasco is the card-based one where you
Oh,
hand
okay.
out cards for the
To
relationships.
build a
instead of-
relationship.
Yes.
I haven't played it.
I
I've
haven't
only-
yet either,
yeah.
but that's why I wanted to try it. So we might do that on the podcast.
We played
Okay.
Fiasco in the
yeah.
car on the way to St. Louis.
Yes.
I was driving.
Yes.
Wasn't I? Yeah, I was driving.
We were
played
rolling dice in the
Fiasco
like
in the
shoes,
car
weren't we?
when we on our
Yes.
way to Disney. Yes, yes, on our way to Disney, and on our way to Disney when we drove from Fort Myers.
Fort
Are we talking about the
Myers,
same
yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different ones, no, because we did one with.
We did with them, and we did one with you guys.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah,
that's
'cause
also
I,
great.
I wrote all of the stuff for the first act in the back seat, and then I drove on the way back, and
Yep. And then we handled
Yeah.
the rest of it. It's
Yeah.
true. So there's another advantage is you can teach people like, hey, here's a game for that long car ride that
Yeah,
you guys
it
are
was good.
dreading. You could totally play
it was
this.
good. All right, well, I'm going to move over to this side of the table now.
Yep, yep. Let them talk.
All right, Katie, Avital, a few games that you can think of that you, if you have people over, that you immediately go to, or if you're going to a game night that you want to make sure that you try and bring that you think are going to be entertaining and fun, and it can be a much shorter list than this other side of the table.
I mean, the one that has the wall of games
I
behind
think-
them.
I think Avital and I were gonna Rochambeau over
To
who
see-
actually goes first.
I just said no. You
She
have
said,
to.
no, it's you.
Yeah.
So going along with what Deb said, know your audience.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, if I'm going to hang out with some friends who are not you guys, aren't experienced gamers, I'm not going to be like, hey guys, do you want to learn how to play Gloomhaven?
Oh,
you guys-
I
why?
still haven't played
Yes.
Have you?
Gloomhaven.
Have you?
I'm
I
down.
haven't played it. We don't even own it, but I'm just saying like
Okay,
that kind of
then
thing.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys want to play the Twilight Imperium?
That sounds really cool. Do you have 3.5 hours?
Yeah.
You
Right,
know what?
exactly, yeah.
I've
So-
got things to do.
I think if you want to play Zombicide.
Yeah.
I say that. So
Well,
if,
that's an easy
depending
sell.
on
Yeah,
depending on
well.
who we're gaming with people that we have friends who are more inclined to bigger, crunchier, heavier games, then I'll be like, hey, you guys want to play, any number of games that we've picked up. Now, if I'm going to hang out with people who are like newbie gamers, or I'll be like, hey guys, got this game called Truck Off. You play a food truck and you got to bid on stuff. It's it's like stuff like that, easy stuff like that, or like one of the smaller ticket to ride games. We've got the New York version, or we've got Sushi Go Party. We have King of Tokyo, stuff that it's like, okay, cool. Here is our 10-minute setup. I'm going to explain all the rules. Everybody here can easily pick it up. Let's
Yeah.
go. That kind of stuff. So we've got a few games like that. We also have a couple different versions of Uno.
Yeah.
Like the new ones have like the weird rules and stuff with them. So.
Yeah.
Have you seen the giant Uno deck? No. They have it at Walmart. I kid you not. It's an 8.5 by 11.
Oh, that's
And
hilarious.
it is a deck of Uno cards.
Oh,
They're
wow.
massive.
That's
I saw
ridiculous.
them yesterday.
So it's
at-
actually a game, like
it
in
is
the
an
game
Uno
section.
deck. It is an Uno game.
Okay.
They have giant Uno. They have giant Sorry, and they have giant the Game of Life.
Oh,
The
I love
spinner-
the Game of Life.
The spinner on the Game of Life is like bigger than a pie pan.
Oh wow!
Oh, yeah.
Where was it?
I
Walmart.
wanted
Walmart.
this in my life.
And
We
the
need to
Game
do
of Life
this.
was $28. The Sorry
That's
game was
reasonable.
the Sorry
Yeah,
game was 25, and then the Uno game
Christmas
was 20.
is coming, people.
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's-
just
I'm just saying.
saying.
Googling it as
Just
we
saying.
speak.
Yes.
That's incredibly reasonably
Yes.
priced.
I want to play
Yes.
Giant Sorry
All right.
on the podcast.
Well,
Okay,
we
so
can do that.
giant podcast. day.
Giant podcast.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
All right.
Hands
Giant
down deal.
game
I
Let's
like
go.
how
podcast
Game
day.
of Life would be its own store, like its own podcast, listening to all of us and our silly lives.
Oh yeah, we have
Like
to
every- we have
narrate
to
and
tur-
make up stuff. 100%.
We have to turn it into a new Game of Life role-playing game now. You went to
Yes.
college. I remember going to college. I remember homecoming 1989.
I
Oh my
remember
gosh.
when I rushed for my fraternity, Alpha.
Not me. I went straight into trade school.
After
Became
you
a
had
plumber, made $100,000 a year.
And
I'm
then
still
$40,000.
$800,000 in debt.
Yes.
that's when you land on the
That's
you
it.
just had twins, and
That's
then we
it.
got surprised for the
Oh
twins
my
girls, and then you got
gosh.
the twin boys, and all of a sudden
Oh.
your car doesn't have enough room anymore, and you got to get the minivan. I mean,
Yeah.
creativity.
Oh my
Those
gosh.
cars should be like RC cars.
They
Like,
should be.
that's a- Sorry.
Giant podcast.
My gosh.
I've written it down. It is now written down as a possibility.
I
people.
love it. It's
Oh,
on
I
my
love
paper
this.
too. Not that it matters because I'll forget.
I might actually.
Anyhow,
remember.
sorry. Yes.
No, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that's my answer. We've got a bunch of small, lighthearted, fun party style games, card based games, things like that. That we bring if we're gonna go hang out with friends that we are trying to introduce to gaming, our gateway games, and then we've got.
Isn't that the name of a? Is that a name of a company?
I don't know.
It should be.
Is it?
Gateway games.
Gateway games.
Gateway
And
games.
they make really fun small time party games for
That's
you and your
amazing.
friends. Then it's the gateway into the
You've-
larger
you've-
world of gaming.
You've literally just given someone else a business idea that you've taken away from us.
Whoever
no,
you
tomorrow,
are,
Dawn.
you're
We can
welcome.
copyright it.
We-
tomorrow.
Trademark Casting Robot.
Trademark Casting Robot Productions. It's there somewhere. It is written down.
Gateway games.
Cheap man's
That's
cheap man's
great.
copyright.
I don't know. Poor man's, yeah.
Poor man's copyright.
Yeah.
I'm poor.
Avital, you have to speak now. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I mean, it's if like I had to present games, it would be like the really simple ones, like Cards Against Humanity, like Apples to Apples, things like that. I haven't played it that often, and I forget the name, but the game where you're like taking care of pandas and feeding them bamboo and stuff.
Takenoko?
Yes.
It's cute and pretty chill.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called. Takenoko.
Something like that.
That
Yeah.
sounds right.
already
It's
been
very
taken.
much, but a lot of times, like if my husband is going to be playing game night, it is because he specifically wants to play some like certain game.
Yeah.
Like, I also forget the name of this game, but they were planned a game night around playing a game, and it was like, I think it, or like cultists or something. I don't
okay.
remember.
Like
you
an like an Arkham horror.
Like you were running a cult or something. I don't remember, but they wanted to play this specific game, and so
Okay.
they got
the
together
Office, Cultist
and they played
edition.
this game.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Elemental evil.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's,
Ah,
oh
Temple
my
of
god,
Elemental Evil.
Temple of Elemental Evil.
It's like I can picture the game, but the name, But yeah, for me, it's like the very chill, very silly games would be the ones that I would want
Gotcha.
to
Our
play.
Travels is something she needs to look into.
Our travels.
Our travels
Yes.
is really fun. It's a technically competitive, but it's really fun.
See?
Yeah, we own it now.
Did you
Oh,
back
yeah.
that Kickstarter?
About
Yes.
textiles.
I still need to do
Textiles.
You're
With a
making.
game
You're
like
knitting.
Our Travels, I never would have guessed.
You're knitting things.
You're
knitting.
knitting
I
things.
knit
that.
things.
Yarn art, I think is what they call it in the game itself.
Correct.
I mean,
Yarn
yeah,
art.
that's the
Is that
thing.
what it's normally called?
I don't know.
Yarn
It depends
art? I don't
on
even-
the
Yarn
thing.
art.
Yarn
Yarn
crafting.
art.
but-
Yeah.
Yarn.
Yarn.
I mean,
So, yeah,
What is it? What was it? Gateway Games, not trademarked by Casting Robot. Sorry, we
No.
can't trademark that.
They,
no,
they
it's
exist
already
in
trademarked.
California and in Erie, Pennsylvania. So apparently both coasts, have got it.
But
first.
is it,
Well,
is it a
Pennsylvania's
game
not on the
shop or a
coast,
game
so-
publisher?
Oh, good
That's
point.
the question. Because if it's a game shop, then
It
we
is.
could totally copyright it as a publisher.
See, we are fact checking.
Ooh. Okay, I got to do some more research on
Sorry,
this,
go ahead.
people. Sorry. We're in the middle of a podcast. I shouldn't be doing
Fact
this.
check.
No, do.
Okay.
Okay, so just to kind of review, lots of really good games. My suggestion, other than the ones that I've already said, Telestrations. Fantastic party game. You can buy it in a 12-player box. It's incredible. And then Mysterium. If you, Lance, do you have one too?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Fantastic party game.
It literally
has
has a
a
party
party
in
in
it.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
I was there with you. I was there.
One
Wow.
thing that I thought of, but it's Jackbox games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
those
yeah,
are
yeah.
so fun.
They're not like board games, which is why I didn't think of them before. But I've played them
Right.
on stream.
Yes.
With people that aren't with me, on Discord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can do it but you can also do it in person
in-house.
too.
Yep. Jackbox games
and those
are
are
really good.
those are technically competitive, but they're very silly. There's a huge variety.
Yes.
There's
There-
ones that are like telephone but with drawing.
Right, there's one that's like,
Like-
Among Us where you have to find aliens or something.
I haven't
like
played that one yet, but yeah, I have seen- I've seen
There's
it.
one that's super
There's all
fun.
kinds.
That's like the murder trivia. And it's like you're all like little dolls, and it's technically competitive because you have to answer the trivia.
They're all technically competitive,
like
but
you
yeah.
have to answer the trivia questions correctly, and if you don't answer it correctly, you have to play like a mini game to see if your little doll survives or
Oh,
not.
nice.
And it's
Breakfast Anytime joined Chaotic Creations for a game of Quiplash, which is a
Yeah.
part of that.
I was
Japanese
watching
game.
the stream.
Yes, you were. It was very
Kill
good.
It, Keep it game, though, really.
Kill It,
Oh
Keep
my
It, yes.
gosh, Kill It Keep It was so good.
That
Lance.
one will make
I've
an
never
appearance.
played that
That
one.
one's going to make an
So
appearance.
I haven't played
that one either.
I was
It'll
gonna say,
be
I
a
feel
small
gypped.
version, but it'll make
I
an
don't
experience.
have
Yeah.
an X and a Y chromosome, so I couldn't go to
Stop
BillCon
it.
to
Well,
experience
Like,
you know what you could do, Deb,
Quiplash
is you
is
could just say,
very
hey,
popular.
I really want to play that game.
Okay, I really want to play that
Quiplash is a
game.
good one.
Awesome,
On the
we'll do
podcast.
it.
Yay, cool.
Because we had an
All right.
online game night with our two best friends.
All right, one last
Good
question,
one.
and then we're going to get things wrapping up. Favorite game night snack to bring or have at the game night? Princess Katie, do you need a time? Josh Demery.
Anything, almost anything, made,
Anything.
Anything.
almost anything made by Reese's.
Okay. Well, that's,
Fair.
Indiana is their test market.
I
Did you
believe
know that?
I did
What?
not, but
Indiana
I'm not
is
surprised.
one of
Thank
the
you, Hershey's.
is one of the
I'm not
Reese's
surprised.
test markets.
I have
which
seen
is why
some-
we get a bunch of
Yep,
really
I've seen
weird
some
Reese things.
strange things, yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So if it does well in Indiana, they actually market it. So if you see something that you like, tell your friends.
okay.
Okay.
Not Reese's.
Not Rage is a good one.
Yeah. Deb.
Too many choices.
Oh no.
Stewart's
True.
Orange and Cream.
It's a big category.
I don't pick
Something
favorites
that something
ever,
that
so it's
something that you would bring.
difficult.
Oh, it doesn't have to be a favorite, but maybe just something that you.
something
For me
that you
personally,
think
oh,
of-
well,
that I
yeah,
have thought
Stewart's
of
Orange
in
and
this
Cream.
in past 2 minutes.
And Pepperidge Farm raspberry Milano cookies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She acts like
Nice.
she only wants those during the holidays, but if they were at a game night, they would not survive.
They're mine. And
Deb, you're walking out with 8 bags. Shut up. They're mine. They are mine.
here, they don't have your
I
name
bought
on
them.
them.
I bought them. No,
There
they're
is my
mine.
name on them, and now they're mine.
You came with a Sharpie? Who does that?
That's right. I came out with a Sharpie prepared.
Somebody turns their head, and they're like, "Don't those all say Deb on them?"
Too bad
no idea
those
how
aren't
that
made
happened.
by Little Debbie.
Oh, man.
All right, Lance.
Zingers. Lance.
Animal crackers and jalapeno cheese.
Animal crackers and jalapeno cheese
Oddly
to dip the
yes.
animal crackers
Yes.
into?
He's brought
Yes.
that.
Really?
Yes.
Yes,
brought
he
that.
has.
Do
It's
not
like
I'll
a,
try
a
that.
dip.
Try it.
I'm not
It's-
going to knock
It's
anything.
it's oddly
I
kind of
Satisfying.
good. It's weird.
It's really good.
It's very
Oddly
strange.
satisfying.
don't-
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, what's a better suggestion than Katie?
yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, so it's actually funny because I personally am a fan of chips and dips, and so for me, it's if it's at home, I have a, but not a game night. Not that kind of game night.
That's another night, but not game night.
But no, if I'm gonna have people over, I have a few different hot like crock pot dips that I make that I make for people. But if
nice.
I'm going to someone's house, I'm not gonna be like, hey, you got an outlet for me to plug in my crock pot?
You bring it on over because
yeah,
Kayla
yeah.
does.
So your classic Lay's potato chips or Ruffles and onion dip.
Yes.
Is always I
Nice.
like
Yes.
having something that's kind of
Always
like
a
a
win.
heartier snack when I'm
Sure.
snacking at game night. I'm not a huge fan of like consistently snacking on sweet stuff. I want
Understood.
to have
Yes.
like a bunch of savory snacks, and then if I want something sweet, maybe I'll bring my own like personal candy bar or something like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Quick
Understood.
follow-up question for you.
Quick
Do
follow-up
you
answer.
prefer the Ruffles because you get more dip
No,
on
I
them?
like the Lay's regular potato chips because they taste different than Ruffles. They taste better in the
Okay.
dip. They are a slightly saltier chip.
Got you.
Now, if you're
I
getting
love the
canned
precision
dips,
here.
the
This is
Ruffles do better. If you're making your own, you can change the consistency so the Lay's will work better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so the
yeah.
Ruffles scoop 10 times better, absolutely. But the Lay's just has the flavor and that like really thin crispiness. I love
Yeah. Yeah.
The
I
established
just have a
facts now
problem
part
with
of the Food Network.
Right.
I just have a problem with regular. I like Lay's potato chips and the English language, but apparently can't use it very well right now. But I do have an issue with the fact that like when I dip a chip in dip, I want it to be like
Yeah,
dipped really well.
yeah. If you
It-
have
it-
a
they
thicker one,
snap.
I'll
Yeah.
stir it
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
dip a chip in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Stir it up.
This is why we're doing video now. Now I know why.
Avital, you've had your reprieve.
Yeah,
Do you have an idea?
I like sweets a lot, but like there has to be something savory because they can't be just sweets. So it depends on like I like to ask like, hey, what are people bringing? And then like if several people are bringing sweets, then I will like bring something savory to offset.
How did you manage to sit the fence on your favorite snack?
Because I don't pick favorites like ever.
Chocolate covered wasabi.
Ever.
There are too many options.
There are
That's
too many
fair.
options.
That's fair.
Like the only favorite I've picked is like my favorite streamer, and I'm like, here's everybody that I like, but then he's like, you know, a tiny bit more. Like
He's
you
got
know.
cool merch, so he's up there.
That's how you can tell she loves Jason.
What?
Streamer. No? Oh, okay.
He's not a streamer.
He's not a streamer. I'm pretty sure he
Trying to
doesn't.
give you points. Oh,
What?
no.
That went somewhere.
Adidas, they have 2 streaks.
Oh,
Yes.
Streak.
Snicker,
They have
snicker.
3 stripes.
oh. See, she's gonna throw down for her husband. I'm just gonna say it gonna
If,
be.
if you were watching the video,
Now
3 stripes. He turned it off.
I
me.
love it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
wow.
Not a sponsor. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you like sweet, salty.
Yeah, like I like there to be both options because if you don't ask people what they're bringing, then the array seems to always be tilted to one side or the other, and I don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
You end up with a table full of desserts or something.
Yeah,
Or a table
With- there
full of
has
chips.
to be
No offense,
savories.
I love your
No,
chip
absolutely,
idea.
yeah, no,
But it's
like-
all chips. And I
Only
was like,
chips is no
I don't
good.
need
8
this
bags
much
of
salt.
chips and 5 French
So
onion
it's like,
dips, or
what- yeah.
2 tins of brownies, 2 things of cookies, and then like
It's too much.
one
Ooh.
thing
So,
of pretzels.
yeah.
Yes.
What
the
I-
host
what I will-
direct
What I will bring or
this.
provide is something that balances what other
how-
people are bringing.
Just bring ham.
Ham. I'll bring ham.
Oh my lord.
I'm just bringing a whole ham.
Oh,
That's
my
what I'm
Lord.
bringing.
Well,
It's not
Count
even
the kosher folks out.
pre-sliced.
It's gonna be honey baked.
I won't eat a bite, but
Take-
I
take
will
turns-
laugh my
take
butt
turns
off if
picking
one
it
of
up
y'all do that.
And
I
taking
will.
bites out of it.
Taking a bite.
It's not sliced.
that's it.
Your turn with the
That's
ham.
it. It's only smoked.
Communal ham.
Communal
communal
ham,
ham.
baby.
There's just a huge dagger next to the thing. It's like you can either cut some off or just
No, you
No.
know what the
It's
dagger?
not.
You know what the dagger?
Not at all.
No.
No, the ham.
You know what the dagger is for?
The ham.
You know what the dagger is for? Sticking into the ham, and then you
gnaw
can
the
pick it up and take the big
Oh.
bite off of it.
This is not where I thought this episode
God,
Anyways,
I love this so much.
So about our established fact.
Yeah, about that exactly.
Which one?
The communal ham hock.
I want a t-shirt now. Just a big ham hock with that, like the Flintstone style bone on it.
I brought snack.
I brought snack.
I brought snack.
Singular.
Just a 20-pound smoked ham and a huge knife on the middle of the
We need
table.
merch, and that needs to be the first
Oh my
merch right
gosh.
there. It's discussed right now.
I love
Oh my
it. Okay,
heavens!
all right. Jeez Louise.
Anyways.
Fiverr.com right now.
So I tend to play by the rule of I like to bring things to a pitch-in game night that I know I'm going to enjoy.
Oh yeah.
That's normally Bonnie and I's rule. It's like, what do we know
Fair.
we're going to eat? In case people bring 42 desserts, what do we know that we're going to enjoy? So Bonnie and I don't actually bring snacks. I don't know. I mean, you guys know. You guys know
Not
this.
true.
We
Yeah, you
bring
bring the
food,
meal. Yeah,
like,
actual
hey,
yeah,
we
yeah.
have this 6-gallon pot of spaghetti for
Yep.
everyone.
Exactly.
You know, or a huge
Soup.
thing of chili. or
Enormous soup.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
Or just a Tupperware container
Or just-
of salad.
Just yes,
a salad.
just a
Not that
huge
we know
salad.
that.
Just a huge salad. Yes. So we exactly. Yeah, and the only reason it was only salad was because Kayla had already said, "Hey, I'm bringing this and this and this."
her
And we're
crock
like,
pot,
"I
which she
guess we're
plugged in,
bringing
by the way.
salad."
Hey, here's the crock pot. Where am I plugging it in?
Yeah,
Over
exactly.
there. So this
Yeah.
is our house.
Yeah, so we like to. I love bringing white bean chicken chili. That's one of my favorites. And we bring spaghetti, and we bring lots
Oh,
of
your
chicken
spaghetti.
noodle soup and stuff
It's
like
fall. We could do spaghetti
that. We
next
could.
time for Thanksgiving.
We definitely could. So that's what I like to bring. I think
meal.
we just need
He
to
just
have an
brings a whole
established
meal.
facts. We need to have an established facts game night. Is what I keep.
We do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. Okay.
And show all the food that we bring to it.
Yeah, we've got
Wow.
video now. We can be like,
We
hey
can do-
guys.
Yes.
Oh.
Have a friends. We can have an established facts friendsgiving and game night.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Oh,
could.
Do like a
Good.
live stream and hang out with people and play games and stuff.
Online? That might be a
13
little.
people can join us.
Are we up to 13 now? Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Khan.
Tony.
Remember? He was
I
number
was just about
13.
to say that. Okay. Good Lord. Lance,
Watch us.
Lance, yes.
I chew with my mouth open.
Someone will with a ham hock. If someone
Bring
brings the ham
Bring the ham
hock,
over. Deb's hogging the cookies again.
that's because you have a whole ham hock in your mouth, Dawn. You can't fit anything more in there.
I need my turn with the ham.
Happy Thanksgiving from the established.
Oh my
One ham
gosh.
hock, 8 bags of
Milano
a
cookies.
single Reese's Nut Rages, and
And
a crock pot with chips and dip. And
Yeah.
I'm in talk going,
Oh.
what should I bring?
Yeah.
What are you guys bringing?
What are you bringing?
Well, that sounds like a lot of savory things.
We're
No, you got my Pepperidge Farm cookies.
Oh, well,
There's
yeah,
a
but
little
those
bit
are
of cookies.
yours.
Oh,
They have your name on them.
They're not
They're all
yours.
yours,
They're all
Deb.
mine. They're not yours.
I'll make no
Okay.
bakes. Anyways,
No bakes. Oh my gosh. Well, now that Lance has yelled at me 3 times for timing and wrapping things up. All right.
Poor director.
Good grief. So if you can't tell, we're passionate about game night.
and food.
And more passionate about food apparently than playing games. So, okay. On episode 233, thank you, Deb, for providing this to me. Episode 233 of The Established Facts. The last fact that we established was we need to visit the mummy of the Earlham College,
Earlham College.
Earlham College,
Yep.
sorry, to get our creative juices flowing.
Yeah. Check it out. It'll make sense.
Yep.
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 Okay. Well, I will do that. I will do that. All right. So on this episode of the Established Facts, episode 234, we've literally established 3 established facts.
We have a 3 count.
We have a 3
have a
count
3 count.
inadvertently. If you don't know what that refers to, go and check out the Stable podcast as well. Okay, here we go. It's only taken us. This is number 1, so we don't have to do the.
Yes, we do.
Okay, all right. We'll do the 3 count. All right. You just say the number after I say the facts.
okay.
I just had to explain the 3
They're
facts.
like, "One,
Yeah.
like
So
when they're down.
it's only taken us 11 years and 234 official episodes to finally admit that we are very weird, but not
Dangerous.
dangerous.
Oh.
But
What?
not dangerous. One.
What?
All right, cool. Happy spouse, happy house. 2. Gnaw the ham. 3. All right. Wow. That was a special episode of The Established Facts. Thank you so much for joining us on episode 234. We love you very much. We can't wait till you come and hang out with us at our game night, and we will check you later.
Bye.
Deuces.